Do you ever struggle with staying organized for healthy meal prep or even getting organized in the first place? It's a common challenge when it comes to being a busy mom and trying to get your family to eat healthier. So you know what I wanted to do today is just pull back the curtain and let you see some tips and tricks about how to organize your freezer when it comes to healthy meal prep. And keeping things very simple and sustainable. And that's actually one of the ways I've been able to continue to eat healthy myself and my family. So I'm just gonna let you in on my process today. Does that sound cool? If I haven't met you yet, hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Alicia Jones. Some good stuff in here, but it's a big mess. I'm gonna kind of tilt you down here. Hopefully you can see that. I cannot find anything. I don't know what's behind those bags right there. And I swear I made some awesome hidden veggie and protein muffins for my boys that I cannot even find right now, which is not good when it comes to like quick snacks for after school. So I'm just gonna show you the process here. I've emptied out almost all of the freezer shelves minus my husband's what we call linen green. Those are his meals we make ahead of time for dinner. I went ahead and kept those there because that's his shelf, and I'll get to whose shelf is whose in just a second. That's actually a key factor in simple organization. Frozen quinoa in the back, and you'll see how come I did that in just a second. It has to do with what you are about to see here. You can see all the nifty stuff I pulled out of the freezer, but that was making a huge mess because it was not organized. So I did find those muffins I told you about. So what's really interesting is you pull things out of your freezer. First of all, you find things you didn't know you had. It's a wonderful way of saving money, if I may be so honest, because that way you don't go buying new stuff when it's actually in your freezer already. So one of the ways were those muffins I told you about. These are the hidden veggie ones. Awesome recipe. If you want that, I'll put the recipe book link in the description of this video. Breakfast spread, like, oh my gosh, I already bulk made this breakfast spread. I could not even find it. And you know who eats this for breakfast? Me. And the boys will snarf down either those muffins or this kind of bread. So you want to have these available so you know where they are. Peanut butter cookies. So what's really cool is I want you to see, sometimes, even if you're organized and even if you do bulk veggie prep, bulk meal prep, seriously, a huge factor in that equation, if you will, of how to keep your family eating healthy and yourself on a regular basis is keeping yourself organized, and then try to make sure that your dog doesn't eat the chicken. But you see, these are actually bags of chicken. My husband uses these for his salads at night. These are tiny little, about a cup serving of chicken. These are awesome to put on salads. You can kind of mix them up and make sandwiches out of them. See how all of them are together, and notice it's a see-through bag, and that's what I wanted to point out to you. The bag itself, and yes, I wash and reuse these as much as I possibly can, is see-through, so I can literally find it in the freezer. All right, now here, contrast that with this. I don't know what's in here. I had no idea when I pulled it out. And you know what I found? A month's worth of cookies in this bag that I literally didn't know where they were. So not only do you want to learn how to bulk meal prep like this, but you can bulk veggie prep. Here's some ideas for bulk veggie prep. Sweet potato, you just freeze it, put in like a cup size. These are little sandwich bags. And again, they're clear and see-through because look at the difference. Oh, I need some carrots. See the difference in the color, right? I need some yellow squash. These are awesome for hiding inside of vanilla cupcakes, which I'm gonna make for my son here for his birthday soon. These are awesome for hiding in bread or cookies, pancakes. Okay, but again, just see the color. Now look what else. Zucchini. Again, you can totally tell the color, right? This is awesome for hiding inside of chocolate, pancakes, cookies, fudge, black bean brownies, adding a little extra nutrients every time. And speaking of black beans, we also have pureed black beans. These make fabulous brownies. If you don't already have the recipe, I will put that in the description of this video in the recipe book. But look at the colors. See the advantage of putting things in clear bags so that you can find them, and showing you what it looks like here in just a moment with it in the freezer. I hope this is helpful for you. So clean out your freezer along with me. Okay, I wanted to give you a little progress shot right here. Do you see the difference with the cookies right up here? How much easier it is to tell that they're cookies? Now I showed you those are in front of my husband's dinner. So this is husband's shelf. One of the tricks for organizing your freezer, in addition to using clear things that you can see through, is to give each person a shelf. Therefore, it's a lot easier for them to know where their stuff is, but for you to go back and be like, oh yeah, that person's stuff is up here. So this is Richard's shelf. I wanted you to see down here all the color-coded veggies, and you'll notice that I froze them flat. That's a trick for bulk prepping vegetables, is freeze them flat, okay? And then obviously pull them apart, and then they kind of function like books on a bookshelf, right? So that you can easily store a lot in your freezer without taking up too much space. You can see through and find things without getting confused and overwhelmed, because it's a lot easier to do that when they're in rows like that. So that's a progress shot of the back, and then you'll see how I'm gonna fill in the rest. I hope this is helpful so far. Let me know your comments and questions so far down in the conversation. Okay, next step in the process is I've got all my husband's cookies and chicken up here. And another trick for when it comes to organizing your freezer is to use vertical space. So I hope you can see this, but I've got 2 bags of chicken stacked on top of each other like that, because I just kind of folded them over and used up the vertical space. Now, you probably know you don't want to shove stuff way in the back of the freezer because that will stop the air from flowing. So do be careful that you keep that air flowing in your freezer so nothing melts. My shelf is starting to come along beautifully. I have all those hidden veggies I showed you. Oop, my freezer's not happy, I need to close it. But I wanted to show you, this is all my breakfast spread and all my cookies put together in one shelf. So again, I can find my own stuff. I find of cleaning out your freezer and keeping it organized. I wish I did not get to this whole, it's so bad I have to take everything out and put it back in state. But every once in a while I do. And I just wanted you to know this is real life. This is the honest truth about when it comes to meal prepping in bulk, veggie prepping in bulk, cooking for your family in a very healthful way that keeps it simple, but the sustainability part is something you want to just keep an eye on. And that's how come I wanted to show you this today. Now look, the rest of it actually fit back in there beautifully, and there's still a ton of space. And you remember when I showed you at the beginning of this video, you couldn't see anything in there. The cool part, here's the boys' muffins. Oop, right there. They have their own shelf, so I can find their things and not get confused about where everybody's stuff is. And down here, those are just the extra bulk items I buy like at Costco. Frozen strawberries, frozen meatballs, frozen chocolate chips, those kinds of things that I use for making healthy food for my family. So that's the bottom shelf. I'm gonna go ahead and close that. So I hope this was helpful for you. Please leave some comments and questions down below. I will make sure to check those. Let me know what your biggest challenge is when it comes to eating healthy for your family, for yourself or your family, so we can make sure we make a video for you. All right, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you got value out of this video. If you did, grab yourself that free snack list I put below for you, and I also put the recipe book link down there, so make sure you grab that too, so you can make things like this, like the muffins, black bean brownies, things like that that are super yummy and healthy. Keep your family eating super healthy when all they want is cookies. You can actually make them a healthy version of cookies. So hope you got value from today. I'll see you next time. Bye.